Hey everyone, so it's all about Xiaomi today. What I'd like to do today is unbox and give you my first impressions of this Xiaomi 14T Pro. And that's the back of the box there. And if I hide this part, you can see that I've got the version which has 12 gigabytes of memory and 1 terabyte of storage. So as always, I will leave a video timeline down below. Please feel free to skip to the unboxing or skip to the end of the video. Skip to the part which is relevant to you. Now, a few quick things I want to talk about before I do the unboxing. Firstly, thanks to everyone who watched the video last week about the Xiaomi 14T Pro, and those of you who left a comment, I really do appreciate it. Secondly, sorry for the delay in getting this video out. All of this arrived about 5 or 6 days ago, but I just didn't have time to do the video. And lastly, my camera here is a little bit different because I went back to an older camera. It's not as good, but my Panasonic camera here had some latency issues with the HDMI. So yeah, goodbye good image, back to the old image until I sort out a new camera and lens. Okay, what I'd like to do just now is talk about the deal that I've got. So one of the things that Xiaomi is fantastic is baiting you into buying with all these fantastic deals. And in my opinion, I got an amazing deal. As you saw there, I've got the 1 terabyte model, and it did retail about the £800 mark here in the UK, but there was a discount code 14T10 off, which gave me 10% off. That dropped the price down to £719 and 10 pence. But I also got cashback from Top Cashback, and that was tracked at £30.56. So for all of this, I paid £688.54. I mean, that's amazing. It's about half the cost of one of the new iPhone Pros. It's a fantastic deal, and I'm really happy with the whole package. So what do you get? Well, I've got the 1 terabyte model of the 14T Pro. I also got the 50-watt wireless charging stand Pro. This retails at £80 as well. So it's quite good that they throw it in. I'm not saying it is worth £80. I've not tested it yet, but I like the fact they've thrown in such a good little charger, such a fast charger. And lastly, we have the real sweetener of this deal, the Xiaomi Pad 6S Pro, a 12.4-inch Android tablet that's amazing in its own right. You know, fantastic display, great speakers. This is a really good tablet from all the reviews that I've seen. And here in the UK, this retails at £600. So if, you know, the two sweeteners in the deal pretty much total what I've paid for the phone itself. So yeah, I still have to decide whether I keep this or sell this on, because I do have an iPad. I'm not sure if I will actually use it, but as a package overall, I think that all of this for a total of £688.54 is quite amazing. Let's unbox the Xiaomi 14T Pro and see exactly what you get in the box here in the UK. When you open the box up, you will see a Xiaomi accessories box at the top. This contains a SIM ejector tool, a quick start guide to help you get started, a Xiaomi warranty notice, and a 1 meter long Type A to Type C charging cable. The charging cable looks high quality, and its connectors have a cool orange colour scheme. The last accessory is a flexible protective case, which has a kind of charcoal black colour. And finally, underneath the accessories box, we have the Xiaomi 14T Pro itself. So this is everything that you get in the box. And I really do like the fact that they still include a little flexible case like this. This isn't the best case in the world, and the little sticker on the back has left its mark. I'll hopefully get that off with alcohol, but it's hard to complain about this because I really view this as a simple case to get you going until you find the case that you want. The USB cable here, Type A to Type C, it's only 1 meter long, but it seems really good quality in my opinion. I do like the white and orange color scheme, but the biggest complaint that I've seen people have with the package here is the lack of a power adapter. There's no actual charger here to connect your USB Type A cable. And I do think that's valid criticism because Xiaomi do normally throw a charger into the box. But in my deal, Xiaomi did include a 50-watt wireless charger. And the Xiaomi Pad 6S Pro tablet, which I also got in the deal, comes with a 120-watt charger in the box. Despite these extra products being thrown in, it looks like Xiaomi took that criticism on board, as since I purchased the Xiaomi 14T Pro, Xiaomi are now including that 120-watt hypercharged charger with all versions of the 14T Pro. So overall, I think the 14T Pro offers available just now are fantastic. So I have removed the wrapper and the annoying sticker on the back of the phone, which they told you to keep, so I've stuck that sticker in the box. And I now have my 14T Pro. So this phone comes in 3 different colors: Titan Black, Titan Blue, Titan Grey. On YouTube, when I was looking at some videos before, grey was the most common color which I saw. But I thought the grey looked amazing, but I also thought the black and the blue looked really good as well. And I was really torn between those colors, but my wife said get the blue. So I have Titan Blue here. But in this lighting and even out of the light, it does look more like a grey than a blue, but there is a blue tint there. You also see already that it is a little bit of a fingerprint magnet here. I mean, it's a really nice material here. It's very, very smooth. It looks really good, but it does pick up fingerprints quite easily by the look of it. We've got the Leica camera setup on the back there. And if I do that, you can see just how much it sticks out. Not by much, to be honest. Now, one thing I did notice right away when I took the wrapper off was that, if you can see here, if I can get it in focus here, if you guys can see that, see around here, there is a pre-applied screen protector on the phone. That's a nice little bonus. I like to see that. You know, obviously you can go out and you can buy your own screen protector, buy a tempered glass screen protector if you wish, but it's nice to get something on there just to get you through the first week or two until the screen protector that you want arrives. So that's really good. So it's a nice phone, really nice phone to hold in the hand. I'm kind of used to this because I'll show you this in a second, but it's very similar to the iPhone 15 Pro Max that I've got from a size and weight perspective. Looking at the top of the phone here, you can see what looks like a microphone, a little speaker grill. We've got the volume rocker on the side. We've got the power button, nice textured feel there. Speaker grill, Type-C charging port, SIM card slot there, and then we've got antennas on the side. Now, from a size perspective, like I was saying there, this is very similar to my iPhone 15 Pro Max. So if you're looking at the 14T Pro saying, is it too big? Is it too small? Well, this gives you an idea as to what the size is. Now, I'll show you the specs in a second, and I'll show you the difference in specs between these two. This is marginally lighter, but there really isn't a lot between it. And, you know, holding them, I couldn't tell which one is lighter in my hand. They honestly feel the same. And yeah, you can see there really isn't much between them. These phones are, you know, in all practicality, the exact same size. But if I jump over to my browser, you can see here that the 14T Pro is 0.5 millimeter taller than my iPhone 15 Pro Max. It is also 1.6 millimeters narrower, and it appears to be, what's that, 0.0 or 0.15 millimeters thinner as well. And it's also 12 grams lighter. But as I was saying, when you're holding both of these phones in your hand, you really can't tell the difference. So if you want to have an idea as to what size this phone is, pick up an iPhone 15 or 16 Pro Max, and I will give you an idea as to what the size of this is. 16 Pro Max is obviously a little bit bigger than this, not by much, but yeah, that is what the size of the phone is. I'm used to this size. It's not too big for me. I think it's manageable. It's not too big. It's not too heavy. I'm kind of used to holding a bigger phone like that, but yeah, nice size, nice weight for me. and you obviously have the benefit of a larger display. So let's get the 14T Pro in this funky, flexible charcoal black case. I think that's the color. Get it in here like so, and there we go. That's what it looks like, and I'll get that box out the way. So this is what the 14T Pro looks like with the protective case that is provided in the box. The same color of case, I believe, is provided with all the different colors of the 14T Pro, so it doesn't matter which color you buy, you'll probably get this case, and I actually think it looks quite good. Now, there's not a lot of protection here, and you can see that there. There's like pretty much no lip, and it's the same story on the back as well. You can see there that, yeah, there's absolutely, what are we talking there, like 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters above the camera lenses. So you're not really getting any protection for the camera lenses or really for the screen. But if you're looking for a very simple, lightweight case, maybe this will be enough for you. And, you know, it's not really adding much weight. It's not adding much bulk. So for some people, this might be the only case they ever use with the 14T Pro. So I've been through the standard Android phone setup process. I've signed into Google, signed into my Wi-Fi. I've registered my thumb as a fingerprint at the bottom of the display, and I've selected and unselected different options. That took me to this home screen, and when this first loaded up, I opened up the settings area, opened up Systems App Updater, and I updated the Xiaomi apps that are on this phone. There's a lot of system apps. And then I noticed there was a critical update. So I downloaded the latest firmware and then I installed it, and it has taken me here. Now you'll notice that I don't have many apps installed, and that is by design. I didn't want to, bring over like 100 apps and then you couldn't see what was my app and what was already installed on the phone. I want to show you the naked out of the box experience. I want to show you exactly what Xiaomi put on your phone. Additionally, I've not put my SIM card onto this phone yet. I want to mess about with this for a day or so, show the phone naked. And then after I've done those videos and kind of messed about with it, I want to transfer my SIM card over and transfer everything over and then use this phone as my daily driver. So with that out of the way, what were my first impressions when the 14T Pro loaded up? It looks dull. Now, it's not because of the display, it's this wallpaper. I think that what they should have done is choose a default wallpaper that really highlights what this display is all about. Just show off the display for how good it really is. This has a very nice display. And it is bright. You can set it very bright, and it's maybe not obvious here, but it's a bright display, bright enough for me anyway. And if you look at the official specs, you'll see that this has an AMOLED display. It's 144 Hz, HDR10 plus, 1600 nits, 4000 nits at peak. It's a very nice display. And again, I know I've talked about value a lot in this video, but I paid less than 700 and got, the wireless charger, the tablet, etc. That's less than the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus. And those phones have a 60 Hz display. We've got 144 Hz here. So display looks good. I'm happy with it, but I'll do more testing and, get more impressions of it when I'm outside and when I'm using it every day. A few things to note. One being that during the installation process, there was a notice about personalizing ads, and it was talking about ads. And, for a lot of people, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see anything about advertisements being on your phone. But if you search for ad, like so, you will see ad services. So this is what I disabled during the installation process, and you can see that it says when personalized ad recommendations are off, you'll still see the same quantity of ads in system apps as when the feature is on. Now, it's worth clarifying that, because what that's saying is that there's going to be ads in system apps. You're not going to be loading up YouTube and seeing lots of different apps there. It's up to me. I wouldn't have any ads on the phone. I realize this is part of their business model to bring prices down. It's the same reason why we've got apps installed here. But what they're talking about is ads in some of their system apps. Now, if you look online, there are ways to remove those ads. That's something I'm going to look into myself, but that's why that message is there. They put some ads in some of their default apps, and that's what it's referring to. You shouldn't see apps all the time or anything like that. It's just about the system apps. So that's one thing to note. The other thing is that, yes, we do have a lot of default apps installed here. Now, I don't use Facebook, haven't for years. Can I uninstall it? Yes, I can. Now, I don't like bloatware. I don't. But I will end up installing some of these apps anyway. Obviously, at this point, I don't know what happens down the line if they install a new version. Do those apps come back? I don't think so, but I can't say at this point. So, storage. I did point out that I have the 1TB model, and you can see that here. I'm on Android version 14. Storage. Look at that. I mean, this is the thing. It's kind of got lost in this video. I've been talking about the fact that this phone, has great value, but this has this has 1TB of storage. It's quite incredible. Kind of weird the way they've written it here though. 28.1GB is being used, so that's kind of what you've got being used by the OS, etc. And then it's got /1, so it's like gigabyte/1 space terabyte. I don't know why they've written it that way. It's not displayed in the right way, but it is 28.1GB out of 1TB of storage. If you're looking for a lot of storage, you don't have to worry about cloud storage. This is maybe the model that you should get. It's quite incredible that I've got a 1TB phone for less than $700. Yeah, so that's the settings area here. You can see different icons there as well for the drop-down menu. Kind of standard affair here as far as Android goes. So I don't want to delve too deep at this point because what I want to do is talk more about Xiaomi and talk about HyperOS, my first impressions of it in a different video. I also want to, give my impressions of the camera, etc., and have a look at that. In this video, what I really just wanted to do was get my first impressions, and first impressions of the phone itself are positive. The phone does feel very snappy. I will say that. That's another thing I noticed right away. And it's something that it's maybe not spoke about enough, but I find Android phones tend to feel snappier than an iPhone. I don't know if that's because of the display or the OS. It just feels a little bit easier to navigate around. But another thing I did notice as well was the fingerprint sensor. Now, a fingerprint sensor, it can make or break your enjoyment of using a phone, but this is rapid. You do have the option of face unlock. You do have the option of pins and patterns and different things, but the fingerprint sensor, it's really, really good. I mean, look at that. Just to clarify the login process for this phone, obviously you can use the fingerprint sensor like that, and it's incredibly snappy. But in the settings area, you can go to the fingerprints area, face data and screen lock, and you can see that I've now added face unlock, and it's very, very easy to do that. I'll just confirm my PIN. And this is how easy it is to add your face. You do that, and then you just do that. And that's it, it's added. So what does that mean? Well, that means that when the phone is locked, the phone is currently facing up to the overhead camera like that. But if I push the power button, I'm going to get a little shaky face because it can't see me. But if I switch and put the phone here like that, see how it's got a little tick? So fingerprint sensor, lock it. You can see me now, there's the tick, and then I can just push it open. So face unlock and the fingerprint sensor both work really well. To me, that is the perfect situation. In the car, face unlock is good, but in most other situations, I prefer a fingerprint sensor. And that's one area where I think the iPhone falls behind for me, because you've got face unlock, but sometimes I don't want face unlock, sometimes I want the fingerprint sensor. So it's really good here that we have both. I hope you've all enjoyed this unboxing of the Xiaomi 14T Pro, and I hope you've enjoyed hearing my first impressions of this new Android phone. Obviously, I haven't really played with the phone much at this point. This was a first impressions, and time will tell whether those first impressions will be lasting impressions. But in the coming videos, I will be exploring what you get out of the box. I'll be looking at HyperOS. I'll be playing with the camera and trying to see what I like and what I don't like about this phone. So if you are interested in the Xiaomi 14T Pro, please do stay tuned. I do have more videos in the pipeline. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Take care.